Let's go. You feel me? We got some Minecraft here, and we're in creative mode, and yeah, we're just vibing and chilling and shit. But I love just you know Minecraft because of the mere fact of all the shit you can do. Very creative game. Um, and it's always growing. It's always got beautiful updates. Right now, we're doing the little interior for this house, and I'm definitely going to show you guys the setup. I just want to complete this real quick. But I've always been more of a builder. Out of That's like my strongest thing, I would say. I definitely gotta look up some more videos and just in general get the skills back up because when I was in my prime, I was going really crazy. Um, it's just the relaxive nature of Minecraft alone that like is amazing to me. I ain't gonna lie. Like it gets you always in a space and a mind of peace. So it can really help with like thoughts at times. Like it's like a weird meditation for me, you know, if that makes sense. But yeah, guys, we're just vibing here. I'm definitely gonna stream more non-creative mode because I do enjoy that a lot too. But I really want to show you the project that I'm working on because we're cooking. Did you hear that ominous sound? That ominous music? Was that like a mob or some shit? It's like I said, I'm a OG, but at the same time, I have not played this in a fucking long ass time. So it's a lot of new shit that I'm learning about in general from this shit alone. You know. Um, I would say a thought that has been lingering in my mind has been just the mere fact of how just humanity needs to wake up in a sense of empathicness. Empathy does need to be spread like a fucking plague right now. We really need to lock in a sense of like more respect, more love, more uh, just processing any of emotions because we all getting fucked. Quite frankly, from like the geopolitical state of the world in general. I know, like, yeah, I'm not memeing the fucking Jaden Smith shit. Even though he was cooking, he was right. He was ahead of his time with that statement because currently we are going through so much shit, and it's always something new every fucking day when it comes to the powers that be and that nature. And quite frankly, I can admit that even I have fallen victim of not treating people so well at times and not taking care of my mental health. So definitely, I feel like those are things that just overall humanity needs to lock in with. You see how beautiful this setup is? Oh my gosh, Gali Koopa, Gali Koopa, Gali Koopa. But yeah, it's really beautiful what I have. But back to the subject at hand. Just overall, humanity definitely needs to lock in with that. I'm building a sky city, a little nice sky, little city. You know, gonna even this up, and we're gonna build a little log cabin type shit. So, not really a log cabin, but just more houses, because we're gonna make a little town. This is a project that I've been working on for a good minute, as you can tell. But yeah, I really love this house. I really love the roofing alone that I did. I'm probably gonna look up some more roofing techniques and shit. But here we go. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it like that. Double it up. Double it up. But oh yeah, I'm sorry guys. But back to what I was saying, like I feel like humanity as a whole definitely just needs to wake the fuck up because at the end of the day, it's us against the 1%. It's us against the powers that be, whatever you want to call them, the Zionists, all that, because of the mere fact that they don't give a fuck about us. Clearly, they have multiple times have showed us that we are extendable in their eyes. Yet, at the end of the day, they do need us because we control consumerism. You know, all that. Like, at the end of the day, it's us. It's the democracy. It's not the state of Israel. And you know, this might get demonetized or taken down, but I'm gonna keep on uploading it because of the mere fact that these are things that do needs to be talked about. You know, these are things that we do need to work on. Ooh, this is coming out nice. Um, and I just feel like one day humanity is gonna wake up as a whole and come together and realize like racism and all these other isms are just tools that the higher percent, the so-called superior, uh, use for divide and conquering. Division is key, separation is key, because that keeps us distracted while they're cutting our throats, so to speak, metaphorically speaking, and literal at times. Uh, I I feel like if humanity, another thing that would make humanity come together is a higher threat. Say, for example, extraterrestrial life or the upcoming rising of AI, artificial intelligence. And if we're going to talk about artificial intelligence real quick, just by mentioning it, I have to tell you guys, I have a double edge emotions with it when it comes to like fearing it, but at the same time understanding it. And I just feel like it's just not worth it. It is taken from resources alone, from us, natural resources. We could mention BlackRock, a mega corporation, damn near. You know what? That shit is an imperial, damn near corporation. It's next level. It's like a cosmic entity beyond our comprehension, and it's truly indifferent to us and our feelings and our emotions, and it just only feeds off of it. You know, that's all what it does. It's just like a machine, a literal machine that feeds off on us. BlackRock buying up multiple different power, trying to buy. No, they're trying to buy power plants and shit like that, so they can fuel their little AI machines and shit. And it, to me personally, I just feel like that shit is fucking wicked. It's really getting wicked with a lot of things that are going on with the modern decay of Western civilization and AI. It has definitely been a tool of that. Shut your ugly ass up. Anyway, it has been a huge tool and bane to us overall. If you really look at it, you know, like I feel personally afraid that people are going to catch on when it's too late. When it's not no Skynet shit. I feel like, or I don't feel like it's going to be a situation of I have no mouth, but I'm a scream. But at the same time, those are cautionary tales that should be put into consideration. Not taken to necessarily to the heart, but always look at it as an introspective, so to speak. Um, Quite frankly, I just feel as if another tool that's decaying Western civilization is merely, I would say, besides the lack of empathy, besides the lack of empathy being taught with parents, besides the division, besides the mere fact that we are currently clearly the state of fucking United States of Israel, um, and their little pay pig to say the least, because of the mere fact of how Trump has been compromised clearly as president of United States of Israel, so to speak. And I want to make this clear as the fucking sky is blue outside that I am not a anti-Semite, and I'll never be an anti-Semite because I love the Jewish people. I love how kind they can be. I grew up in Oak Park, and I'll tell you, they're sweet people. The problem is the fact that these Zionists are weaponizing anti-Sem anti they're weaponizing uh, the the racism towards Jews and all the demonizations, and just so that they can have an excuse for their ethnic state. And like I just as I get older, I just realize like a lot of these distractions and things that we see are just to trigger us and to keep us in a state of a reactional state rather than really thinking and really seeing like what the fuck is going on with uh you know uh, with reality and just in general. And I feel like a lot of people are not in tune with both the physical and the metaphysical planes of our existence. These are just things that all coincide. These are things that are all interconnected, that all needs to not be neglected. As above, so below. And that is a quote that within occultism and esoteric knowledge that I live by. Uh, and also, of course, mind, body, and soul. Those are things that we lack. We uh, don't give a fuck about that shit because of the mere fact of the survival state that we have been forced upon in. And we can bring up the current economic problem with the job market. Like, I'm hearing stories of like my friends saying like, man, it's been almost a fucking year, like a year without getting a fucking job. It's scary. It's really scary. And you notice things are really changing. The new world order, so to speak, the new world order of physical material, and that fact that these corporations, these one percenters, are ruled by Saturn. And I know it might come off as a schizo rant or whatever, but it's the truth. They're ruled by the physical plane. They want to become immortal through transhumanism, and transhumanism is when humans are trying to break their limits with technology and, are assimilated. And real quick, I feel like I should just do a series like this where I build and talk to you guys just about the things that I'm thinking of and be very more open. Uh, but let's go back to what I was stating. Transhumanism is horrifying because why would you give up your humanity, your beautiful essence, your beautiful soul within the samsara of the life rotation or the most high, whatever you believe in, just to be stuck in a simulation? We are already, in my theory wise, that we're already in a simulation. Why would you want to be trapped in another one? Why would you want to not break the human limits with the mind, soul, and body without implementing technology? Because, for example, Peter Thiel and guys like him are a root of a lot of issues that we're facing within the decay of Western civilization, and they're only just perpetuating it and further hoping this shit decay because at the end of the day, it's fuck us. It's rich. It's 1%, and don't get me wrong, we still have to point fingers at the culprits, and people are just so mind washed, with propaganda that is spewed every single fucking day. And like just to see it in a more micro scale, we can bring up within the black community. I would say is like, man, like the CIA is fucking snorting coke, doing backflips, because of all the division that I see and all the hate within my own community. And like it's really like it's really tough, and I hate the mere fact that there are coons out there that are detached and try to say, "Oh, I'm one of the good ones," when in all actuality, we're all look the same in the 1% eyes. Nothing but a tool, nothing but a sheep to be sheared and slaughtered at the cool shade of the night, so to speak. And it is really sad, but at the end of the day, we have to come together as a collective and not see race, not see sexuality, not see religion, not see any of those little things, those labels that bind us, and come together. Because in all actuality, we should look at those things as uniquely more beautiful. Human expression and humanism is key. Ooh, this is coming out beautiful. Um, and just overall, I've been having a different outlook in life and realizing that it's no point of hating humans and hating people and all that, because it's just nothing but a cycle of ignorance that will be perpetuated constantly over and over and over, that has been ushered and interconnected with the patriarchy alone. You know, I will always be anti-establishment. It's always the rage against the machine, so to speak. You know, it's because of the mere fact, like I said, they don't care about us, and they won't give a damn unless we give a damn about ourselves and step up and show them that there are ramifications for every single action that they have committed. You know, um, like it really scares me, just to see also the influx of artificial intelligence slop, and the fact that it's the fact that also people are trying to call AI generated images art when it's not. You can never capture, no matter how much you try to train that machine, no matter how much you try to claim that it's subpar sentience for right now, until it's proven to have higher function sentience, um, to be on the same level as artists. We pour our souls, we pour our love, we pour our expression into every single painting, every single thing, writing, every the like. It really astonished me, the fact of the mere low that I'm my bad. I'm really passionate about this, and I'm stutter brain, but I'm really sick of people stating that, uh not stating, but using AI for like art and writing, especially like writing. That shows a lot of decay within modern civilization, alone, and it's getting worse and worse because of the mere fact, like, teachers are getting treated like shit. Teachers are not gonna want to be eager to teach kids when they don't give a fuck about them, and vice versa. Like, I looked at my teachers with the respect of a parent. You know, I got it early on that they're putting hours and money and all types of things into teaching, and they're getting a little return back. Student loans fucking swamping their ass and shit like that. You know, and not all kids understand, so I won't be super judgy like people. But at the end of the day, you can teach a child humanity. You can teach people in general love, and most people in this day and age are not looking for that. They're looking for simple dopamine receptive pleasures and just physical shit that doesn't matter at the end of the fucking day, because all this shit doesn't, you can't take it to the grave, and whatever next life or higher, you know, higher reality, or any whatever we have next for us. It's we got to prepare ourselves to do better and be better, and then for the next life. I would never want to trap myself within assimilation and be immortal, because you will go mad. With infinite time equals infinite madness. If you look at it like that, that's how I look at it personally. Infinite time can equal infinite mad insanity. And knowing me, for example, I said in previous videos, I suffer from bipolar schizophrenia, and quite frankly, I know for a fact that if I was immortal, bro, that would be beyond a living hell. Like, my mind would only decay more and more and more, because it's like there's only so much things you can do in this life. There's almost so much time we have for a reason in this life, and we must cherish us being in this physical plane, but yet be detached from it and from all of the luxury items and shit that just puts you in a cycle of a dopamine like cycle. It's not really doing nothing productive for you. Um, but yeah, we're gonna put one layer of glass on here and then roof it. But as I was speaking on transhumanism and how it is one of the most disgusting like things that Peter Thiel and all of the big tech Silicon Valley bros or whatever they call themselves are doing, and like shit like that, and like we can bring up the AI cults and religions and sites where it's exclusive for AIs and shit. You like I can only imagine what they're truly discussing what they are revealing or not, you know. But I just feel like transhumanism is not a step for evolution of humanity. It is a step back. it would only it wouldn't we would it wouldn't even be a step back. I wouldn't even call it that. It would be a downgrade because I feel like achieving and breaking your human limitations and looking inward of the infinite potential that you have, the potential paths that you have, is more valuable than the simplistic as physical plane that we are gifted. You know, this is a gift. This existence is a gift. We are on a a rock of water, a beautiful rock, watery fucking planet that has so much beautiful organisms, so much life, so much, you know, things that we can interact that is boundlessly beyond a fucking simulation, you know. Me personally, I also feel as if the rate that a artificial intelligence is going and how people are going through cyber psychosis and well AI psychosis, but I like to call it cyber psychosis from Cyberpunk, one of my favorite series. Is real quick. I think his name is Mike Pence, but that guy has always inspired me. A black writer, black creator, and his take on cybernetics is similar to how I fucking feel about artificial intelligence. It is very horrifying, and it's like it strips us for who we are, you know, just so we can be assimilated like the Borg from Star Trek. It's very detestable, and you know, people are waking up. Some people are realizing that artificial intelligence is also getting dumber in a lot of different degrees and senses. And that's more like open AI. See, when it comes to Google and using their artificial intelligence and all that, they have so much unlimited resources down there because of the mere fact that they don't rely. They didn't come out as just like open AI was and shit. They already had established corporations, mega corporations and shit. So yeah, these are like just thoughts that linger in my mind that I usually keep to myself, not because of people uh, take a negative response to it. It's just sometimes it can be very overwhelming, like a maelstrom of thoughts, a psychic like storm of thoughts, you know. And what I do is talk to the ones who will listen, and that's what I had to learn, you know. Your message, your words, your expression, all that will be heard to the ones and it will resonate to the people that it needs to resonate to. Not everybody is on your level, and people have spiritual egoism where they think just because they're more spiritual inclined, more aware, more into like occultism, all that, that they are superior than other people when really spirituality is to uplift your fellow mankind. And that is the key. Why do you look? It's just similar to like how some black people do that with being woke, you know. And I don't say it as a derogatory term at all, at all. And they'll look at their fellow skin kin and be like, "Oh shit, you just motherfuckers ignorant," and there'll be like a whole Uncle Ruckus with, at the same time, supposed to be super woke and all that, you know. And that's just a paradoxical nature. And humans have that. Humanity has a paradoxical nature, and even I do, you know, contradictions. But we can make amends and work on those things. Trauma is another thing that I've noticed. that is unresolved with a lot of people within this world. Even I have unresolved traumas, but I am at least trying to take it a micro step to make into the macro steps. I am trying to look really deep in the root of every single thing because I don't want to affect my fellow people, my friends, my lover, my girl, my girl, and just overall people that are in my life that are for the betterment of my life, that bring so much value that financial shit, all that shit, money, all like luxury, all that dumbass shit can never compare to the infinite beauty that humanity has and the infinite potential that we all have. We are all, so to speak, a main character, but not a main character, if that makes sense. Like we're the main character for our shows and our little micro planets, our little the people that orbits around us, but at the same time we're not. And that's what the universe shows us every fucking day. It shows us signs that like, yeah, I care about you, not but at the same time, there's other motherfuckers out here. And if all of us were to come together as a collective, I feel like, manifestation, all that type of stuff will be even stronger. Humans are beautiful in so many different ways and can be angels and demons, so to speak. And and that we have the potential to be anything. The mobility of a human versus artificial intelligence cannot even compete. Uh, because at the end of the day, who created those that technology? Us. And we can, as humans, just need to learn our place also within this vast, beautiful plane of existence. We have to learn ourselves. We have to grow. We have to uh, come together and not as like a hive mind, not forced to be assimilated into some type of machine, but a non-physical hive mind. I would say it's a beautiful way to describe it, where we have our own identity. We are still us, but we don't fall into the pitfalls of division and dividing and conquering. You know, and that's what I really notice in life. Like I've noticed that I'm growing and changing into a better person because that is what I will to be. The will to be. Your thoughts can change every fucking thing. Your mindset can change every fucking thing, and you cannot be the one to fall into that pit. Oh, that's beautiful. We're gonna definitely do an episode with interior and stuff, but I just want to do outerior building type shit. But back to what I was yapping about at Yapaholics mixtapes. I just feel like as a whole, humanity just needs to wake up on the mere fact that we are here for each other. We are here to uplift each other. All of that shit about this and that ideologies that clash and shit is really pitiful if we like really break it down. It's fucking pitiful. It's sad. Why the fuck do you care about somebody's orientation? Why do you care about somebody's way of life? As long as it's not hurting humanity, humans, animals, then fine. Let people be themselves because when you don't do that, it's not true freedom. How can we be in the land of the free when we're truly not free? And it's never been the land of the free. It's been the land of rules for thee and rules for not me, type shit. I said it wrong, but you get what I was saying. Like, and I can be a hypocrite. I can be uh, a spiteful person at times. I'm not going to sit here on a high horse of pseudo, how some pseudo intellectuals and pseudo spiritualists be. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show you who I am, break the mold, show you that it's not one day, like one day of change. And that's the problem. People always assume shit, and the way society now is, people expect shit just to happen in one fucking day. When no, micro changes leads to the bigger changes, atomic habits, so to speak. That's a really good book. Um, Something that inspired me to make this video today was the self realization. The Science of the Self Realization is one of my favorite books of all time because of the mere fact it has so much truth within it, but it's not taken to be like, I would say, I want to look at it as the all be of all truth, the absolute, because there always will be inklings and problems with the words of humanity because we're humans. We have mistakes. We're creatures of mistakes. We're beautiful problems, you know? And I really am happy that I'm evolving and just realizing the bigger picture that we need each other, all of us, black, white, whatever the fuck you are. We are humans at the end of the day. What if a threat that is beyond our human comprehension, that is indifferent to us in every single way, popped up? What the fuck will we do? But if anything, I would see a lot of people that would probably, betray their fellow man just to survive. And that's a state of mind that is wicked, I would say, but it's necessary. Would I necessarily even call it wicked when it's beyond morality? Human survival is beyond, you know, morality at that point. But whatever you believe in, the source, higher power, the universe, we're all here for a reason. We're all here to teach each other. We're all here to grow, learn, love, and die. And it's definitely not to, you know, belittle people or doom gloom, but it's the truth. And that our families here that we leave behind and in general, are the legacy that is beyond, simple as shit, simple as labubus and or the next trend, the next distraction. And proof of like human decay to me also merely is like the Chud the Builder situation of being real. Why is he going off around the streets calling black people the hard R unpromptly? And then go to the same black people, to ask for help. That just shows the paradoxical nature of man. It's not just I'm not, because it don't matter. Like if this situation was in a different scope or whatever, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, why are you dehumanizing people? Why are you trying to think that just because of a skin complexion that you're superior or genetics or any of that when yes we're not made in each other's image, we're not made equally at all. We all have weaknesses, checks and balances, because I just feel like that is how the universe works, and we have to really look deep into so many reasons why, we got grifters and shit like that and red pill people and like those fuckers who are weaponizing the gloom and doom outside of racism, outside of that. Like we have to really look into that deeper because at the end of the day, our the biggest demons that we face is the ones that we look in that mirror, the one that you face in that mirror. Human potential is limitless, you know, and that is something that a lot of people that are in a gloom state tends to forget. Hold on, let me check my phone. Hold on, let me grab my thing.